Hello students, my name is D.B.Uphade. I am Assistant Professor in KTHM College Nashik. I welcome you all on behalf of Department of Statistics KTHM College Nashik. In this semester, I am going to teach you Statistics Paper 2 and the title of the paper 2 is Discrete Probability and Probability Distribution. So, to study the probability and probability distributions, some basic terms we required. First of all, we see the meaning of word probability. Probability means what? In day-to-day life, we are using this word probability. When any match is there, we are saying that what is the probability that that team will win the match, or if in rainy season, we are saying that what is the probability that rain will come today. So, in this way, in day-to-day life, we are using probability, and probability means what? What is the chance that event will occur? There are some basic terms related to this probability. First is experiment. In all subjects we are doing experiment, in statistics also we are doing experiment. So, experiment is any task or any action which has one or more than one outcome. So, in statistics the meaning of experiment is any task or any action which has one or more than one outcomes. For example, in statistics, if I say tossing a coin, so this is my experiment. So, what are the outcomes? Head or tail. Then if my experiment is rolling a die, in this experiment what are the outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the up to 6, these are the outcomes. So, experiment is any task or any action which has one or more than one outcomes. According to the outcomes of an experiment, experiment is mainly divided into two parts: deterministic experiment and number 2 is non-deterministic experiment. Deterministic experiment and non-deterministic experiment. So, what is meant by deterministic experiment? Deterministic experiments are the experiment having unique outcome. So, in this experiment only one outcome is there and we can predict the outcome in deterministic experiment. For example, if I say throw a ball in the sky, so what is my outcome? It fall down. So, already we know when we throw a ball, our outcome is it fall down. So, this is my deterministic experiment. We can determine or we can guess what is our outcome, that is your deterministic experiment. Number 2 is non-deterministic experiment. The non-deterministic experiments are the experiment having more than one outcome. In this experiment, we cannot predict the outcome and this experiment does not follow the predictable phenomena. For example, if your experiment is rolling a die, so what are your outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, these are your outcomes. We can't predict which number will come. So, this type of experiment are called as non-deterministic experiment. After that, in basic terms, the term required is sample space. Sample space. So, the meaning of word sample space is the set of all possible distinct outcome of an experiment is the sample space. Sample space is denoted by capital S or omega. And if your experiment is throw a die, so what is your sample space? Omega is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, in this experiment your sample space is 1, 2, set of all possible values is your sample space. According to the number of elements in sample space, if my experiment is number of accident on the road. So what is my sample space omega? It contains the number, if there is no accident 0, then 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. So in this way we can write the sample space. If your experiment is lifetime of any electronic component, so in this case your values are from 0 to infinity, any value. We don't know the which value of that lifetime of that electronic component. So it takes the values from 0 to infinity, any value, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 2.2, anything from this range is called as this is your sample space. So according to the sample size or whatever the elements in the sample space, this sample space having mainly two types. Number one is discrete sample space and number two is continuous sample. According to the size of sample space, the sample space is having the two types. Number one is discrete sample space and number two is continuous sample space. What is mean by discrete sample space? Samples, if you see here, the number of elements in this sample space are finite and here is countably infinite. These are finite, these are countably infinite and these are uncountably infinite. The sample space which contains finite or countably infinite elements is called as discrete sample space. And if you see here continuous sample space, a sample space containing uncountably infinite elements is called as continuous sample space. If the number of elements in sample space are finite, then it is called as finite sample space. If the number of elements in the sample space are countably infinite, it is called as countable infinite sample space and continuous sample space. So in paper 2 F.Y.B.Sc we are going to study only discrete sample space and continuous sample space we will see in the next year F.Y.B.Sc class. So this is about experiment is the any task or any action which has one or more than one outcomes. Deterministic experiments are the experiment having only one outcome. Non-deterministic experiment are the experiment having more than one outcomes. Sample space, it is the set of all possible distinct outcome of an experiment and according to the size of sample space is divided into two parts. Number one is discrete sample space if it contains finite and countably infinite elements and continuous sample space which contains uncountably infinite elements. After that the term is event. Event means any subset of sample space is called as event. It is denoted by capital letters A, B, C, etc. Any subset. If my experiment is throw a die, so what are my outcomes? It contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is my sample space. If I write the event A which contains only one element, this is A a subset of omega? Yes. So this is my event A. If I write B, is B a subset? You know any some empty set is the subset of any other set. Empty set is always a subset of other set. So that's why this is also a event. If I write C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is C a subset of omega? Yes, it contains all the element from the sample space. That is why this is also a event. So, according to the size of this element, the event having some types. First type is simple event or certain event. Sorry, simple event or according to the size of event or according to the size of set, according to the number of elements in the set or event, the event having some types, and the first type is simple event or elementary event. So, what is mean by simple event or elementary event? The event which contains only one element from the sample space is called as simple event or elementary event. Number 2 is impossible event. Impossible event means what? The event which does not contain any element from the sample space is called as impossible event, or the event related to empty set is called as impossible event. Then number 3 is sure event or certain event. So, event which contains all the element from the sample space is called as sure event or certain event. After that, number 4 is mutually exclusive event. It is also called as disjoint event. Disjoint event. So, what is mean by mutually exclusive event? If A and B are any two events defined on sample space omega, then A and B are said to be mutually exclusive or disjoint. If there is no common element between A and B, that is A intersection B is phi. So, these events, if there is no common element between these two, then we are saying that these two events are mutually exclusive. For example, for the same sample space, if I write A which contains the element 1, 2, and if I write B which contains 4, 5, and if you see what is A intersection B? A intersection B is phi. So, therefore, A and B are mutually exclusive. There is no common element between these two, then we are saying that these two are mutually exclusive event. After that, fifth is exhaustive event. Event A and B defined on sample space omega are said to be exhaustive if I take a union of these two, I must get sample space. For example, if my A is 1, 2, 3 and if my B is 4, 5, 6, if I take a union of A and B, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is omega. Therefore, A and B are exhaustive event. So, in this way, these are the types of event. First, we see the simple event or elementary event, the event which contains only one element from the sample space. Impossible event, the event which does not contain any element from the sample space. Sure event or certain event, a event which contains all the element from the sample space. Mutually exclusive event or disjoint event, event A and B defined on sample space omega are said to be mutually exclusive if there is no common element between A and B. An exhaustive event means what? If their union is sample space omega. Then there are some operations on event, so which are occurrence of at least one of the given events. Occurrence of at least one of the given events. So, here also if A and B are the two events, then occurrence of at least one of the two events is denoted by or given by A union B, which is the set of values of x such that your x belongs to A or x belongs to B. So, this part A union B represents the occurrence of at least one of the given events. If two are there, if more, three are there, A union B union C, so that belongs to x belongs to A or x belongs to B or x belongs to C. Then occurrence of both the events, or if more are there, occurrence of all the events simultaneously. So, in this case we are finding the term A intersection B, set of values of x such that x belongs to A and x belongs to B. So, this part A intersection B represents the occurrence of both the events simultaneously. After that, complement of an event. Complement of an event A is denoted by A dash or A complement, which contains the elements from sample space omega, but not belongs to A. So, which contains the all elements from the sample space omega which are not in E. Then relative complementation. In relative complementation, if I say relative complement of A with respect to B, so which part is there? A complement intersection B, which contains the element from set of values of x such that x belongs to B and x does not belongs to A. So, this part is my relative complement of A with respect to B. It is denoted by B minus A. Similarly, the relative complement of B with respect to A, so that is A minus B, set of values A intersection B complement, and which contains set of values of x such that x belongs to A and x does not belongs to B. So, this is my relative complement of B with respect to A. There are some problems or note important terms related with union and intersection. First is, you know, A union B is always B union A. Second is, if I take A union with A dash, always I get the samples space. Third is, A union with omega is always omega. Then last is, A intersection with phi, A union with phi is always A. So these are the terms related with union, and the terms related with intersection is, A intersection with B is same as B intersection A. This is first. Second is, A intersection with A dash is always phi. Meaning of this is, A and B are mutually exclusive or disjoint. Third is, A union intersection with omega is always A, and last, A intersection with phi is always phi. Then here in these operations we see occurrence of at least one of the given events is denoted by A union B. Occurrence of both the events is the part A intersection B. Complement of A with respect to B, which contains complement of an event A, which contains all elements from the sample space which are not in A. Relative complement of A with respect to B is A complement intersection B, and relative complement of B with respect to A is A intersection B complement. So in this way we see some operations related to event. So in the next lecture we will see the how to problems on these terms, how to find the sample space, so that sample space is continuous or discrete,